My name's Rebecca Chiao, and I'm one of the co-founders of Harassmap. Harassmap is an initiative, an independent initiative that was started in 2010 in Egypt to end the social acceptability of sexual harassment and assault. In Egypt, the statistic is 99.3% of women have experienced some form of sexual harassment or assault, and about 50% of that is on a daily basis. This is from a UN Women's study from 2013. So it's a problem that affects everyone. It affects men, it affects women, it affects adults and children, cities, countryside, it doesn't matter. And it's in the public and the private sphere. I think the study was focused on the public space, but from our personal experiences, it's kind of everywhere. Like whether you are walking in the street, taking public transportation, or going to pay your phone bill, or going to university, or having a meeting with someone. I've been harassed in meetings about sexual harassment. So it can pop up anywhere, in any space. It takes forms that are maybe more varied than in my experience in the past. Anything from like verbal, comments to following and stalking, indecent exposure, groping, and we have also this group or mob attack situation where it became famous during the demonstrations where hundreds of men would attack one woman and assault her with sometimes like knives or their hands or other objects. And it happens as well on the streets, not as often, but it happens, I think, a lot with school children, groups of school children attacking people who pass by. So it can be very extreme, and you don't know what's going to happen, or when it's going to happen. So I think that one of the issues, one of the impacts is the unexpected nature of it. You kind of expect that it will happen all the time, but you don't know how, and you don't know from whom. So you're always a little bit tense, and people a lot of times blame the victim rather than the harasser. So that's also very frustrating. A lot of this issue, as well as other issues, come down in the end to inequality. In this case, it has a lot to do with gender inequality, but also social inequality, because harassment and assault doesn't just happen to women. It happens to like people with different social statuses, with different gender identities. Anyone who has a little bit less power becomes an acceptable victim, kind of. So I think, if this issue were to be solved and other issues that other organizations are working on, I would say that, inequality is probably the thing that has to end.